when you're bleeding out somewhere and there's a medical emergency and you can't get no help, women who voted for him, don't take it. You just gotta die. If you got kids, they just gonna be motherless. It is what it is. You didn't give up, so we don't give up. That's how it is. This isn't America anymore. I don't know what the it is, but it's not gonna be America. And if you think that Trump is gonna be in that office for 4 years, you're insane.
Houston then went on to blame uneducated white women and Latino men for Kamala Harris's loss.
52%, right, for Donald Trump. Uneducated white women, is my understanding.
Oh, really?
Please listen carefully.
She's as funny as Lucy and she's in the know. She's as smart as Phil and always on the go. It's the Patsy Hoolahan
Show. So why do you think that uneducated white women voted against their reproductive health freedoms, and why do you think Latino men voted in favor of someone that's going to deport, it says he's going to deport the majority of his community?
White women like being called uneducated white women. I think the economy matters, national security matters. But when you put people in these boxes, I think that's a takeaway from this, right?
Well, nothing like the condescending Sunny Hostin of The View. But let's talk about the uneducated black women who voted for Kamala Harris.
I might get some violations and I may offend some people with what I'm going to say, and I don't give a f. To all you Latinos that voted for Trump, I hope he mass deports you and your entire family, whether you're here legally or not. You gotta go. I hope he does that. To you black men who your fragile ego couldn't take a black woman in office, so you either voted for Trump or you didn't vote at all, the police will now have carte blanche to murder you right where you stand. And when they do that, there's not going to be no GoFundMes. Don't ask your family to ask us for shit. Just die. They can't afford to bury you. Dig a hole in your backyard. It is what it is. But don't expect sympathy. Don't expect protest in the streets. We're not doing that. Black women, we're done. We're done. We did our due diligence for this century and the next. We've done enough. We're not doing anymore. To you white women that once again voted against your interests, when your husbands start knocking you into the middle of next week and you can't do anything about it because no fault divorce is in play, I want you to take those black eyes and those busted lips as a personal thank you from Donald J. Trump each and every time you give it. Take it. Don't look for nobody else. Don't ask for help. Take your beatings. For all of y'all that voted for Trump, I hope you get exactly what you voted for. Because the only thing he did was make America great for the people that it was great for from the beginning, white men. That's what he did. He couldn't run the risk of whiteness no longer being the default, not being allowed to fail up. So when you're bleeding out somewhere and there's a medical emergency and you can't get no help, women who voted for him, don't take it. You just gotta die. If you got kids, they just gonna be motherless. It is what it is. You didn't give up, so we don't give up. That's how it is. This isn't America anymore. I don't know what the f- is, but it's not gonna be America. And if you think that Trump is gonna be in that office for 4 years, you're insane. Because we're about to be in a real live action episode of scandal. Because your next president is not Donald Trump, it's J.D. Vance. Because trust and believe. Within a year, you're not going to see Trump anymore. He's either going to be, and they're going to say it's illness or he died in his sleep, it's natural causes because he's old enough, or they just going to let him spaz out and do the 25th. And that's when we're really going to be in the handmaid's tale. So I really hope all of you who voted for him, you get exactly what the you deserve.
Well, I guess when you go through the 7 stages of grief, anger is one of them.
One by one, they gonna start killing y'all, and they gonna clock into work tomorrow because your dumb, stupid ass decided to vote for Donald Trump, and he gave the police immunity, which means that if they kill you, bitch, they can still go to work.
And the next time that a black man died at the hands of the police, the same black men that voted for Trump, I want y'all to be front line, front center.
Black women, it's just us.
It's just us, and we have to lock in and organize together. I'm not talking about organizing politically. I'm talking about organizing every aspect of our existence, because no one is coming to help us. It's just us and these children. We need to organize off this app.
I want you to think about that real quick. Listen to what she's saying. This is how little a lot of these women respect black men. She's saying it's just us and these children, as in just us and our children. No mention of a husband, no mention of building a family, no. And the worst part is she's saying all this with a stat behind her that shows 78% of black men voted blue. Think about that. It's this mentality that causes failure. This lack of understanding how much unity and power there is in showing respect to your men. Congratulations to your men who did back you. But instead, they're doing this.
Well, I guess when you go through the 7 stages of grief, anger is one of them. But I have a feeling that there's going to be a lot of anger for a long time to come. So we can only hope for the best, and make sure you say your prayers tonight.
Is the former president's message resonating with black voters?
Yes, for sure. I think his message is resonating with black voters all across the country, because for most black voters, they care about the same things that everybody else cares about: the economy, immigration, and crime. And especially, we've seen in inner cities, we've seen a lot of illegal immigrants getting, housing stipends, getting more resources, schooling, education, things like that. And they're prioritizing illegal immigrants over the black people that have been in these neighborhoods for decades, So I think that overall our message is resonating, because the voters know that President Trump is the strongest candidate on all of these issues.
So when you're bleeding out somewhere and there's a medical emergency and you can't get no help, women who voted for him, don't take it. You just gotta die. If you got kids, they just gonna be motherless. It is what it is.